Good evening and welcome to Bizworld. The government has channeled 20.9 billion ringgit to over 350,000 employers through the Wage Subsidy Program, WSP, as of August 5th. The initiative is to maintain the employment of 2.96 million local workers. Finance Minister Datuk Sri Tengku Zarful Abdul Aziz said a total of 322,177 employers and 2.64 million workers have received WSP 1.0 benefits. In the 108th Laporan Kewangan Rakyat issued today, the minister stated that the approved wage subsidy applications have already reached 12.95 billion ringgit. As for WSP 2.0, a total of 1.4 billion ringgit had been channeled and 3.77 billion ringgit was channeled under WSP 3.0. Meanwhile, under WSP 4.0, 164,000 employers have received 2.579 billion ringgit and 219.65 million ringgit was channeled under WSP 5.0 during the period. The formulation of a national environmental, social and governance ESG framework for the manufacturing sector is in the works. This is in line with Malaysia's net zero greenhouse gas emissions target by 2050. Senior International Trade and Industry Minister Datuk Sri Muhammad Azmin Ali said the framework will be formulated based on consultation and engagement with local and international stakeholders involved in the manufacturing, regulatory and financial sectors. He added that MITI will provide a framework to mainstream ESG elements for the manufacturing sector, which will include ESG standards and financial support and incentives, as well as capacity building and market mechanisms, including carbon trading and carbon pricing. Planters, smallholders or listed plantation firms should focus on long-term prospects as the sector's appeal is more about resilience and defensiveness at this juncture. Plantation Industries and Commodities Minister Datuk Zuraida Kamarudin said this was especially so as the economic outlook is unclear, with the plantation sector being among the beneficiaries of food and energy inflation. The minister added that the future of palm oil remains bright as it is highly valuable in food chain. Although CPO price volatility is inevitable, market observers expect prices to stay firm, supported by many factors, including an expected demand recovery next year. This amid rising population and affluence, with annual demand growth of 3.6% over the past 30 years.
Project delays, shortage of skilled workers, and less access to building products and materials. How do property developers manage these situations effectively? Intensified global supply chain disruptions. Will input costs remain elevated? Money Matters speaks with Bandarin Bayu Sindrian Berhad this Saturday at 5 p.m. on TV3.
Pulau Pinang, Johor, Selangor, Sarawak and Kuala Lumpur remained the top 5 exporting states in July. According to the Department of Statistics, Malaysia, most states recorded uptrend in exports, led by Johor, which recorded a 9.3 billion ringgit increase to 31.1 billion ringgit in July 2022. Perak, however, recorded a decline in exports to 568.6 million ringgit, followed by Pahang and Terengganu. Imports from Selangor rose 8.5 billion ringgit, while Kuala Lumpur and Johor widened by 7.1 billion ringgit each. Perak saw a drop in imports by 632.7 million ringgit, followed by Kelantan, Melaka and Labuan. Petronas Gas or Petgas net profit declined to 396.5 million ringgit in the second quarter ended June 30th due to the imposition of prosperity tax for current year assessment. Now, revenue for the quarter increased to 1.5 billion ringgit, mainly driven by higher revenue from its utilities segment. Gas said its utility segment's revenue grew by 35.5% during the quarter, mainly attributable to higher product prices and higher electricity sales volume. Product prices were higher in line with the fuel gas price, while the electricity sales volume increased following the commencement of electricity supply to the grid under the new electricity dispatch arrangement. Meanwhile, the group's gas processing plants recorded 100% reliability and a 2.3% increase in revenue year-on-year due to higher internal gas consumption incentive achieved. That's all the time we have for Bizworld. I'm Sabrina Zainal. Thank you for watching and keep tuning in to TV3.